So, how to get a job in Dubai as of 2023, how to get into project manager position with no prior experience, and how much money are we making, the project managers are making in Dubai in 2023. Assalamu alaikum everyone. These are the questions that you guys were flooding my DMs with. So, finally today I decided to create a video on all of these questions. So, I hope it will be helpful for all those who are planning to come on a visit visa in Dubai, and then they will plan to apply for the job. I will be covering the living expense, the other expenditures, or the correct way of applying for the jobs in Dubai in 2023, because there are several factors that you need to keep into your mind when you are coming for a job on a visit visa. It's a huge risk. So if you are not putting those factors into mind, you might not get the job. So I will try to put all of those considerations or the points that you need to consider before coming to Dubai when you are looking for the job. First thing first, I am Noor and I am a PMP certified project manager. I'm working in Dubai currently. Previously, I was working in Pakistan in a very well-known software company. Maybe you are aware of this name. The company was called NetSol, and I was a quality assurance engineer back then. So I decided to relocate to Dubai because I thought I have a very good skill set in Q engineer, because I was testing a software for Mercedes-Benz and BMW back then. So I decided to relocate to Dubai to find some better opportunities, to get some exposure, and of course to make connections. I love making connections. So when I moved here, my parents came with me. We came on a visit visa, and I tried to find a job. I started my job hunt as soon as I landed in Dubai. It was not so easy. I tried on multiple platforms like LinkedIn, Indeed, Naukri Gulf, like this kind of job applications, but there was no such good response. To be honest, I got some interview calls, but they were not very well paying. Like, I was getting underpaid. Dubai is very expensive. The expenditures are too much if you are living in Dubai. So, if you are getting the salary of 3,000 dirhams or 3,500, it will not like make your both ends meet. Now you might want to question me that why and how I switched to project management with no prior experience, because as I mentioned earlier, I was a quality assurance engineer, and I was not like expecting this low salary in Dubai for a QA engineer. So for that very reason, I had to switch to some other domain. So I decided project manager because I'm very bossy by nature. I like to, like, it's not good, but I like to boss around. I like when people say yes ma'am to me. So just kidding. It's not like you are the mini CEO in the company. For sure, it comes with some kind of authority and power, this title of project manager, but it's not like you can boss around. So, how I started to work as a project manager, like how I broke into managerial position, was the quickest answer is I think I did my PMP certification. I was planning to do the uh, project management masters in Dubai, but I thought let's try the PMP first. It was only 35 hours of training, and then you have to attempt the exam. So, and it was the price of this certification was not too much as compared to the master's degree. So I decided to do my PMP certification from APMI Associated Institute here in Dubai. And luckily, right after getting my certification, I got an offer letter from Indeed. LinkedIn is very saturated. If you are applying on LinkedIn for jobs, I think the chances are very low, but it's good for like finding the companies that are hiring. But I would suggest apply on their HR's email personally. Do not rely like all on LinkedIn. Try Indeed, try Naukri Gulf, and like these kind of, there are various applications I will mention in the. So this was my method of breaking into the project management position. Of course, there are various ways of like breaking into a managerial role. You can get your master's degree, you can get your Lean Six Sigma green belt or black belt, but my method was to get a PMP certification, and right after the certification I got an offer from a very good company in Dubai, and they pay like really handsome amount that I can make my both ends meet and I can save some handsome amount. Let me tell you one thing. If you are planning to come on a visit, please keep some backup with you, like you must have around 10,000 dirhams in your pocket to survive here in Dubai without any job. You cannot just come empty handed, and then you think like just go with the flow and we'll see if any expense comes, because the first expenditure will be your of course after your visa and flight. There will be another major thing that you will have to cover the cost for, that is your accommodation, because of course you cannot live outside the apartment, or you cannot stay on the roads all the time. You have to have a roof on your head to work and to find a job and to live, right? So the rents, I would say, they are starting from, if you're looking for a studio apartment, the average price that is right now that is going on in the market is 4,000 dirhams, which is Pakistani. If I try to calculate, it will be equivalent to 3 lakh plus, I think. So you should have that backup with you, because that's the major thing you have to cover if you don't want to sleep on roads. Second thing, you will have to cover your food expenditures. I would say food is not that much expensive here. Food and like grocery shopping and shopping for your clothes is not that much of a deal. Yes, of course, Dubai is expensive as compared to the other states of UAE like Sharjah, Fujairah, Ajman. Dubai is relatively expensive from the other states for sure. But food and other grocery shopping, it's not like that much expensive. It's affordable as compared to your rent is your only cash drain, that you have to worry about. It completely drains out your your cash. Seriously guys, trust me, when I came here I had to pay 3,300 3,500 dirhams for 1 month for a studio apartment. Studio is just like a small room with attached bath, and the kitchen is like inside the room. It's only one room that contains the kitchen and the bath and a balcony. It's a small room, and I had to pay over like 3 lakh for a small room. And then uh, of course my father was covering this cost, so I didn't have to worry much about it. But from after the day my parents flew back to the country, of course it was not affordable for me, so I decided to move to a bed space. Bed space is like you can stay in sharing. It's like it's a one room, and in one room there can be two girls or three girls, and they divide the rent. So this way you can divide your rent, and it is much more affordable than if you are planning to live alone. It will drain your cash. So at that time I was jobless, so this was a better option for me to live in a sharing room. So my like rent cost was covered. The other thing, for the food, you can have like 1,500 dirhams. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to mention the price of the bed space. If you are living in a sharing, if the price of the room is I forgot to tell you the price for the bed space. Like I mentioned, you can stay in a room that is shared with two other girls. So if the price is like 3,300, that then you three girls will divide it. It's not like you have to pay only the rent, you have to pay the security deposit also. Security deposit is something like if you are moving into an apartment, you have to pay some amount to the owner, to the house owner, so he will keep it with him, and if you do not damage any of his property, he will return that amount back to you when you leave. So it's like 200 dirhams for a bed space and 500 or 1,000 dirhams for a private room. 1,500 is for food. For transportation, taxi is so much expensive. Anyone who is coming on visit and planning to commute through a taxi, I will never suggest you a taxi. Take there is a card, we call it Knoll card, and it works on a metro and on buses, and it is so much cheaper than the taxi. So I would suggest, if you are jobless or you are coming on a job hunt, do not try Dubai's taxis. Go with the metro or the bus, or how, if you have some relative here, ask him to give you a ride. Do not try taxi, guys, it will drain your cash. So for this you can have like 500 dirhams for local transportation. If you are planning to like explore Dubai and to attempt interviews and so much more, like you can even save that card, the balance will not go anywhere. So for the Knoll card you should have 500 dirhams. For food, you should have 1,500 dirhams. And for your accommodation, if you are planning to live in a studio apartment, like in a private room, you should have 4,000 dirhams. And if you are planning to live in a shared room with some other person, then the cost will be divided. It will be around 1,500 or 1,700, including your security deposit. So I think I covered most of the expenditures. If you have any questions, like further, I think I covered most of the topics: the accommodation, the food, the grocery, transportation, like everything is covered. Still, if you have any further queries, just comment down and I will try to reach out to you. And yeah, I forgot to answer your questions. I've been getting some questions on my Instagram. I will try to answer those right now. So there are some questions that you guys been asking me on my Instagram. Uh, First question is how to get job in Dubai and do's and don'ts. Yeah, good question. Okay, Hassan, how to get a job in Dubai is like you should have a ATS friendly resume. If your resume is not ATS friendly, it is going to be rejected straight away because there's a lot of CVs that are coming to HR portals and HR will not even bother to open your CV. There is some robotic or automation mechanism that the system checks your CV by itself. If it is ATS friendly, the robot will pass it to the HR or the interview person. If it is not ATS friendly, it will be get rejected like straight away. So your CV should be ATS friendly. That's the first step. Second thing, if you have some connections on LinkedIn, try sending them emails and put some keywords in your resume and approach your connections. And do not solely rely on LinkedIn for job applications. If you have some connections in any company, you can just hand over your CV and ask them to forward to HR. It would be a great way for getting interviewed. Otherwise, you can try Indeed or Naukri. These are the good applications. I personally recommend Indeed because I got at that time when I was giving like interviews, I got two offer letters at the same time. One was in Dubai and one was in Abu Dhabi, so I preferred Dubai because I like Dubai much more than any other state. So my method was Indeed. Indeed is really very responsive, so I would suggest Indeed to anyone like who is coming on a visit for a job hunt. Second question is in second questions, Abdullah, he's asking me living expenses. I think I already covered this thing. Just let's just move to the other question then. Include everything, expenditures and how to get a job. I think I covered these two questions also. Expenditures and how to get a job. Second, fourth question is I'm a software engineer from the same university. Oh, hi, university mate. Let me know how I can get handsome salary package in Dubai. Nobody knows that. One thing Dubai really acknowledge that is your experience. Put some experience in your resume. If you have some good skill set and if you don't have experience, try to like go on YouTube and open some previous interviews. There's some guys who tell you some questions with the answers that are being asked in an interview for the managerial position. Just learn those questions and those answers. Even if you don't know that skill, stay confident during your interview like you know everything. That's my trick. Let's move to the other question. uh, Please make a video. After watching that, I can straight away move to Dubai. Bro. Salam sister, I need a job related to hotel. So guys, sorry, I have no experience in hotel management or these kind of stuff because previously I was a QA engineer and now I'm a project manager. So you can only ask me about the managerial positions. And I think I already covered all of the questions. Video is getting extraordinarily long. So if you have any more questions, just you can comment here or go to my Instagram page and you can uh, like ask your questions over there and I will make another video for those specific questions. Till that, thank you very much, guys, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button, because this is my first video. If you support this video, I will try my best to guide you with like every possible way here in Dubai, like how to get a job, or if you have any questions, just go to the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and comment down your questions. Thank you so much. See you in next video.